What'd you say to me? What did she say?
What is she saying?
She is saying thank you.
But she didn't say thank you. So it's been a while since any attention has been paid to a Stephen King adaptation, hey? Carla Gugino stars in Gerald's Game, the feature adaptation of King's novel of the same name directed by Hush Helmer and Mike Flanagan. The film tells the story of Jessie, played by Gugino, who finds herself handcuffed to a bed in a remote cabin after her husband dies of a heart attack in the middle of, actually at the start of, some sexy times. Out of earshot of anyone who can help and next to her dead husband, the voices in Jessie's head take over and she must confront her past. Gerald's Game is the latest in the established relationship between Flanagan and Netflix, which is where you can see the film on September 29th. The horror comedy Tragedy Girls will see a limited release on October 20th after impressing crowds during its festival run. Starring Alexandra Shipp and Brianna Hildebrand as two social media obsessed teenagers who turn to murder as a way to build their online following, eventually kidnapping a serial killer to serve as a mentor. It definitely looks to follow in the vein of teen-based horror comedies like Jawbreaker and Jennifer's Body, with the trailer mentioning Heathers and Scream. That's some good company to be in, so look out for Tragedy Girls next month. Okay, who's up for some historical Canadian true crime? Alias Grace is based on a novel by Margaret Atwood, who you may know from the Hulu adaptation of her novel The Handmaid's Tale, or if you're like me, just by being Canadian. The novel is the true story of Grace Marks, an Irish-Canadian maid accused of murdering her employer. Sarah Gadon plays the title role in the series directed by American Psycho's Mary Herron and written by Sarah Polley. You can see it on Netflix anywhere that doesn't get the CBC. There was also some trailerless news this week. Gary Dauberman, screenwriter of It and Annabelle Creation, spoke to Collider about The Nun, the upcoming installment in the Conjuring universe, which he described as big gothic and set in a Transylvania castle, citing the Hammer films as an influence, which makes me so excited I can't even begin to explain. Also, some horror sites are running John Landis doesn't want Max remaking American Werewolf, which is a bit misleading. Landis told Collider that he advised against remaking the film, saying it puts his son in a bad position. That's coming from a father who hasn't read the script but knows what fan bases are like, trying to get his son to avoid the obvious comparisons that he's staring down. I mean, anyone would be torn apart for remaking American Werewolf. Max Landis even more so. You can't blame the guy for looking out for his kid. We also got the first look at David Harbour as Hellboy this week, and pretty much everyone who'd been complaining about the casting choice, shut the hell up, because look at him. We also got a release date, January 11th, 2019, which was more good news for the film after actor Ed Skrein left the project after fans, rightfully, complained about the role of Ben Daimio being whitewashed. He's since been replaced by Daniel Day Kim. And we still don't have word on Abe Sapien making an appearance in the new Hellboy, but do we even need it when we have Doug Jones getting all aquatic in Guillermo del Toro's The Shape of Water, which got a red band trailer this week. The monster film fits more in del Toro's dark fairy tale world than what we'd normally consider horror, but that doesn't mean it doesn't look incredible. Sally Hawkins stars as an employee at a government laboratory who, with the help of a coworker played by Octavia Spencer, uncover a classified experiment and are chased by a very angry Michael Shannon. The Shape of Water is due out on December 8th. So are you ready for more Stephen King? What about a new Hellboy? Let us know in the comments, and remember, Fright Hype and Crypt TV are all over the internet. Until next time, keep the horror on the screen and off the streets. I'll see you then.